One time. Yeah. 3 times. 4 times. Doing gang things. Living super clean. That done came up. Can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. Look at you, you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Hey, okay, but got your name back now. Paid under pressure. 25 lighters got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. Slow clap for your homeboy. Could've turned out like your homeboy. Been on the same block, cooking up the same rock on the cell block lot with your homeboy. But no, you had vision, you had gold. Brand new you on the old time road. Take care of home. Where you bust your low, black men don't tease, screaming bond the hoe. Real men talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom, boy, you PD grade. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the folk that have moved up. Even if you had a slow start screwed up. Used to gang bang, now homie brewed up. Had a little plan, I had them blew up. Look at you like a man right now. Dressed to the T, smelling like a grand right now. And you ain't got nothing from a handout now. Just faith and hard work gets it planned out now. You could've took a bunch of dusty rolls. The hand dealt with a bunch of cards to fold. To stay hot while the world is freezing cold. The same plot, but the story's never old. Slow clap for your kinfolk. Could've been asking what your info. Prosecutor could be trying to do you in for the 2020 twins, so you passing out the info. But no, you had purpose, you had plans. I ain't throwing nothing, I'ma say these bands won't impress y'all, don't need no fans. That ain't my God, who is that man? This real man talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom, boy, you peep these grades. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. Yeah, real man. Sheesh. Yeah, doing cane things. Mono. Living super clean. That it came up.
1 time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause you know he got a good thing. I submit and I cook and I clean and I never hold back on that wop, I'ma let it rain. Made me honest, I got a ring. All praises to the most high, let it sing. A real man able, sister never came. And I ain't going nowhere, this is not a game. Look at you, girl, you lonely right now. Settling for bums instead of men the most high. He provide and protect so he get our respect. And he leading us aboard when them chariots fly. I don't really think you hear me though. You can't cross this bridge on some billy goats. Let them save you in the end like a Seminole. Be help me, shout to let the silly go.
1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my folk that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. How that long day go? How y'all doing out there in YouTube world, Facebook world, live on TikTok world? So shout out to everybody on the TikTok. My wonderful husband, producer extraordinaire, everything extraordinaire, Monologue McGad, ladies and gentlemen. He was not prepared to be before you all this evening, but y'all know he's always in the background. Shalom and shalom to you all. I hope you all had a wonderful day. Like, I really hope you had a great day. I hope you've been blessed today. Thank you so much for joining me. You know, you could be anywhere on the worldwide internet, but you are here with me tonight, and I appreciate that. A few things to talk about tonight. Angelina, shalom and shalom, sis. I missed you too, babe. Not the child calling as soon as I go live. I don't know why they do that, but I don't think it's an emergency, so she'll be okay. All right. For our main topic, we're going to be talking about the price of likes, the things that people will go to get likes. But the first thing I want to talk about is something that it's just like popping up all over, you know, social media lately, and I know some people have been dealing with some consequences of staying too long in real life. Chanel, shalom and shalom, sis. How you doing? I know some people have been dealing with the consequences of staying in relationships too long in real life, okay? And it just so happens that as I'm scrolling the TikTok today, there were a few videos, you know, to help me illustrate my point. So we are definitely going to get to that. But first and foremost, just in case you're new here, you're not familiar with this here face, I go by at Miss Mono's World in these content creator streets: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the places the content creators be is where I'll be trying to be. You know what? Y'all. Okay, so you know how we come up with like different words to get around the censorship or whatever? Yeah, they're starting to catch on. TikTok especially is starting to catch on. Okay, so let's just be very mindful, very considerate about how we're talking online so we don't get our account suspended. I'm talking to myself here. Just in case you're not on the YouTube, hold on, let me find it. Please head over to the YouTube at Monologue McGad, MONOLOGMAGAD. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. I'm sorry, can I get this fan? Thank you, because my hot flashes have been hot flashing, okay? So let's see. We did the YouTube. Shout out to my audience on Nasaya TV. Thank y'all so much for joining me. If you have not downloaded the Nasaya TV app already, please go ahead and do that on your Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV devices. And you can also download, you can watch it on the web too, Nasaya.tv, just in case you can't get to you know, the TV. Shada Max Herbalist, shalom and shalom. Hondo, I don't know how to say that last name, so I'm not going to butcher it, but shalom and shalom. Thank you so much for being with me this evening. I appreciate all y'all hanging out with me. Okay, just in case you've missed the flyers that have been going around Facebook and Instagram lately, B3 has been announced. It is coming up November the 20th, I believe it's the 28th and 29th, November the 28th and 29th. I know, you know, that day is always the last Thursday of the month, but you can never be sure what day it's on. So November the 28th, the 29th is going down right here in the ATL where all great things happen. So please, please, please check out the flyer, sign your team up. It is a 2-day basketball tournament, okay? I'm not going to try to do a bunch of sports talk because that's just not my thing. But it is a 2-day basketball tournament, 5-on-5, and there is a $1,000 cash prize to the winning team, okay? So get your friends, you know, get your uncles and your cousins. Come on down to the ATL and hoop it up with us, you know, while the world is doing their thing. Fellowship, you know, with some like-minded brews, and let's all just have a good time in the Most High, all right? Artists will be performing, Roe the Chef, Anabiel, and we will be announcing more artists. Vendor tables are available. Please head over to 3mgmusic.com for more information. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not prepare that. I did not prepare that. Head over to 3mgmusic.com for more information, to sign up, to get your vendor tables. Y'all know how we do. And it's not on purpose, but it's just harder to get things the closer we are to an event. So please, please, please help us help you, and sign up early. Okay? All right. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Listen, if you want to, head over to the YouTube, Monologue McGad, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, so I want to show y'all a few videos to kind of illustrate some points that I'm going to be making here. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to y'all about is staying too long, right? And I'm not just talking about in relationships, but let's be real, it's in our personal relationships where staying too long can have the worst consequences. I mean, yeah, you could stay at a job too long and just end up angry and poor. But you know, I have to say it, like, people are losing their lives in these personal relationships. I'm going to show you a couple of TikTok videos, and it's like, oh my goodness. You know, these are things that you never really think are going to happen to you, right? But unfortunately, you know, they do. So, okay, let's check out this first video, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
So we're talking about sentences be served consecutively. Oh my God. So we're talking about
Shaniqua Menifee in tears as she learned her fate Monday morning. The 35-year-old Cleveland woman will spend the next 15 years in prison. The reason? Menifee used her car as a weapon. She ran over Jamel Thompson, the father of her child.
My household is not the same. Like, she took a beautiful man. Me and him was together for over 10 years. And he never did nothing to me that make me want to do what she did.
Back in June 2023, the two were arguing at Menifee's home around 2 a.m. in the morning. Thompson eventually walked away from the house. Prosecutors say she hopped in her car and followed him down the street. They continued to argue. Surveillance captured the tragic incident at East 154th and Talford Avenue. Video shows Thompson sitting on a porch. Menifee rammed into him. She got out of her car and walked home. Listen to Thompson's last words before he died. Menifee and Thompson share a 2-year-old child. She claims Thompson physically, emotionally, and sexually abused her for years.
I endured all this. I went and I took and got a protection order so that I could be protected. I was failed by the system.
But she was remorseful.
I would like to apologize to the family, especially his mother, his kids. I can't imagine what they're going through.
Her son speaking in court.
My mother never wanted any of this to happen.
sentences be served consecutively.
Okay, so first of all, I can't believe she only got 15 years. Okay, I cannot believe she only got 15 years. Y'all right, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. I can't believe she got 15 years, okay? The man died. And you could see in the video, he was sitting on a porch and she ran over him with her car. Now, let me say this, okay? Disclaimer, I'm not speaking as someone who does not have experience in my real life with this, okay? Volatile, abusive relationships, just things you shouldn't be involved in, okay? And I also realize that it is only by the grace of the Most High that I do not find myself in this own situation, okay? So I just want to say that, please, because I know one of the hardest obstacles to ministering to someone is when you feel like a person is like looking down on you, or, you know, you don't understand what I've been through. But I'm here to tell you, I understand being in that kind of situation, okay? So in the video, his girlfriend got up there and said that they had been together for 10 years, right? But he had a 2-year-old with the woman who ended his life, okay? And so that right there, like, ma'am, sis, cousin, you got to know what you can handle and what you can't handle. If you can't handle being one of many, don't get yourself in that situation, okay? And here, again, from real life experience, there's no way that you don't know that he has somebody else. It's going to show up eventually. There are going to be signs. There will be red flags. There will be warnings. Some of y'all have gotten phone calls from the woman telling you, listen, this is my man and you better leave him alone. And you still keep going. As if he's going to leave her for you. Did he ever say that to you? Did he ever make you that promise? Okay, these are the things you have to consider. And again, the overall thing is about just using your eyes. Like, let's use our eyes and let's use our common sense here. Is this someone you should be making permanent life decisions with? Is this someone you should be bringing children into this world with? I mean, she said that she had protection orders, she had all this history with the police and stuff like that. They didn't mention it in the clip. Maybe that's why she only got 15 years. I don't understand. Because it wasn't a crime of passion, okay? A crime of passion happens in the act, right? It's not like he was standing in front of the car pointing a pew-pew at her and then she ran him over. Totally understandable, totally excusable. It's not even like he was whooping on her and she got in the car and then ran him over. Totally understandable. But this man was sitting on a porch, which means he had left the situation. You had time to diffuse, but you still went and ran him over. Okay? And that is the problem when we find ourselves in these volatile situations, especially with a person that doesn't respect our emotions. Okay? It has nothing to do with being right or wrong. It's about a person seeing your temper and understanding, okay, I need to back off right now. She's not in a mind state to deal with this. It starts with little things, okay? You'll get in an argument, he'll see you're upset, and he just does not stop. He just keeps on going. You're crying, you're angry, like it's clear you're upset. And instead of him stepping back and being like, you know what, okay, let's just both go to our corners and chill out, he's going to keep egging you on and keep going. That is your first sign right there that you need to get away from this person. Okay? If neither one of you can figure out, like, okay, we don't need to be doing this right now. Let's be mature and step back. If neither one of y'all can figure that out, then baby, it's not going to end well at all. It's not going to end well for anyone because that man lost his life. And now this lady has to be in jail for 15 years away from, I'm assuming, her 2 children. For what? For what? All because you didn't know when to walk away, not just in that moment, but in the relationship altogether. Like, come on, we have to start taking some kind of responsibility. Yeah, listen, when I saw the video, I was like, she really ran him over with the car, then got out the car. Okay? I've never ran anybody over with a car. So, I can't speak to the mindset at that time. But even when she got out the car, I heard him crying and screaming. I mean, it doesn't show it in the video, but he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. So let's think about where we are. Think about what we're doing. Even if you're in a relationship right now today, and it don't have to be your husband, it don't have to be your boyfriend, it can be your little friend with benefits or whatever y'all calling each other these days, cut buddies, whatever y'all are calling each other these days. If you have an emotional attachment to that person and you realize that this is not going the same way, he's not reciprocating that same emotion, then ma'am, you need to dismiss yourself. You need to dismiss yourself. It is terrible. Now, her child has lost his father. This man's family is grieving, his mom, you know what I'm saying? How his kids. I mean, for what? For what? And let me say this. We can't keep using the excuse of he's abusing me. We can't keep using that, okay? Because after a while, it's your fault. When you stay in a situation, you're coming into agreement with that situation. I don't care what you say. Oh, he apologized. He this and he that. It's 2024. We can't keep doing that. And here's the thing. It's not about letting him get away with it. It's not about letting some other woman have him. It's about self-preservation at this point. And you know what I'm saying? Like in these situations, you often hear that, like, well, if she can't have you, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you, or you might not be with me, but you ain't going back to her. I could imagine that it was some of that going on because he had been with the other woman for 10 years and him and her had a 2-year-old. So I could imagine that that was some of what's going on. Hi, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, why not leave? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Why not? Why not? Listen, as someone who's been through it in my past, long time ago, the first time should be the last time. The first time should be the last time. Okay. Do couples get in arguments? Absolutely. Do you yell at each other and say things you're probably gonna regret? Absolutely. But when it gets to the point where you feel like, okay, I'm being abused here, I don't like, this is too much for me, exit stage left. Exit stage left. Let's check out this next video. This is this from the man's point of view, okay? I mean, not the same situation. He's not here anymore. He can't tell us his story. But let's look at this next video. I didn't share the screen yet. I was just setting it up. Where is that?
Oh, move. Hold on. Get out, bro. Get out my face. Listen, you're going to go viral, bro. I swear to God. Hey, listen, hold on. Let me talk. Carter, you want to quit football, right? For what? He want to be with his girlfriend, bro. So, yeah, that's what you condoning? Bro, suck my cord, bro. Carter, get in the fucking cord. Man, watch out. Bro, hey, let me out the cord. Man, yo. Nah, you right. Swear to God, you got it. Bro, you call your brother over here, bro? Watch out, Phil. Hey, it's my kid, nigga. Move, bro. Hey, Carter, get in the car. Carter, get in the car now. Carter, bro, get the fuck off me, nigga. I swear to God. I want to fight you over. Hey, I'm trying to fight hot, nigga. Move. I don't want to fight you, bro. Bro, get in the middle of the street. Get in the street with me. Move, bro. Let's go. Tell her get in the street with me. Oh, move. Tell her get in the street with me, bro. Oh, move. Hold on. Get out.
Okay, so in this video, the father was trying to stop his son from quitting football. The son wanted to quit football to spend more time with his girlfriend. And he said that from the back seat. The little boy said that in the video. And the father's like, no, you're not going to quit football. You're going to keep on going. The mother, on the other hand, is saying the exact opposite of what the father is saying. And now, let me say this, okay? I don't know the male point of view, okay? So y'all know I really try not to. Thank you so much, honey. I try not to speak too much from the male part of things because that's not my experience. I am all female, so that's what I know. But I will say this. As a woman who has had to raise children solely on my own with no emotional support, no financial support, it baffles me the way that active fathers are treated. It baffles me, right? Because it seems like all the good fathers get the horrible baby mothers. Let's just call them baby mothers, ex-wives, whatever they are. Like, y'all not together no more for whatever reason. And while this man is trying to stand up, do what he's supposed to do and support his family, be there for his kids or whatever, it's like the woman is doing everything to tear that away, to beat that down, to make it hard for him to be a good father. We have to realize, and I know the girls are probably going to come for me, okay? But we women can be very emotionally manipulative. We can. Especially if we know that you got a soft spot for us. and this is what the Bible says when it talks about a wise woman buildeth up her house and a fool plucketh it down, okay? Because if we know you got a soft spot for us, we can play that either way. We can play that either way, okay? We can encourage you to grow. We can encourage you to grow in the Most High. We can encourage you to grow spiritually. We can help you start businesses. We can change your life financially. We can raise some awesome children for you. We can put a home together that'll have everybody else's taste. Like, if we love you and we want to live righteous, we will build you up like never before. But if we don't love you and we're not trying to live righteous, a woman can tear you down. She will take everything, and you ain't even got to marry her. Here's the thing, marriage. No, you ain't even got to get that far. Some of these women are out here so slick, they will rob you blind before you can get your belt off. You will be robbed, and your life will be ruined. And I'm just going to be real about that. Yes, it's some women out here in 2024 still getting pregnant on purpose. Don't think it's not. Don't think it's not. I'm very adamant when talking to my boys, no sex until marriage. And we're going to make sure you marry the right one. Like, as much as you can, you want to make sure you are procreating with the right person. Yes, exactly. It seems good baby fathers and baby mothers always with the bad opposite. That's exactly how it seems, right? Because you always see these stand-up dudes, and then you be looking at this woman like, girl, what do you... I wish somebody was paying me child support. I wish I could have got summers off. Please. I was a single mom for 15 years before I married my husband. I wish I could have got summers off. I wish I could send my kids somewhere for the summer. Do you know the adventures I would have been having? Okay, I ain't talking about nothing crazy, but shoot, just to get a break. Some financial support, a dependable, respectable amount of child support every month. Are you freaking kidding me? But I see women every day who are so filled with anger that they cannot think straight. And our different emotions, the negative emotions, usually the root cause of that is anger. You're angry he left. You're angry he's with somebody else. You're angry about, whatever. You're angry because he made you promise. For whatever reason, you're angry. And instead of you maturing enough and realizing, like, no matter what, I have to put my feelings aside and do what's best for my child, you will use that child in any way that you can to get any kind of attention from that man. Any kind of attention. Because to a hungry, desperate person, any attention is good attention. You know how they say, when it comes to celebrities, any press is good press? When you're thirsty for a man's attention, any little bit of attention he gives you, even if it's not directly to you, like even if he's not on the phone cussing you out or doing anything like that, just knowing that you upset him about something that's close to his heart, as close as his children, they get some kind of joy out of that. That makes them happy. Okay? So listen, we have got to do better because we don't follow what the Most High say in the scripts. Absolutely. That's absolutely it. Because if we was following the scriptures, we'd be doing the background checks before we got too emotionally involved with this person. What does the Bible say? Prove a friend. That's not just about same-sex friends. That's definitely about people you get in relationships with. Y'all be so quick to credit these men. Prove a friend and don't be quick to credit. Y'all be quick to credit this my boyfriend, that's my man, he this and he that. And while you're so desperate to have a relationship of any kind, you're not doing the necessary background checks. You're not paying attention to the red flags. You're not paying attention to the precursors to the curse that you are, welcoming into your life. Because that's when a relationship goes bad and you have children with that person, it can often feel like a curse because you're burdened with this person for the rest of your life. Okay? If you're lucky, they'll just go away. But, that's usually not on the other side. The Deuteronomy curses, exactly. And they may not feel like it's a direct hatred to the child, but love is an action word. And if your actions are not of love, then and it's affecting your child. One thing that keeps me in prayer and that keeps me thinking and keeps my mind going, I never want my kids to be struggling in life. And I know it was my fault. I never want my kids to be struggling. I don't want them to have trouble getting a job. If they need one, I don't want them struggling emotionally, socially, even in conversations. Like, this is something that always matters to me. Just even in casual conversation, being up to keep up with conversation. What about when it's time for them to have relationships? Like, yes, we homeschool, but I'm sure to expose my children to things that you would pick up in school. Okay, like a lot of cultural references. A lot of cultural references come up in TV, movies, or even when you're having conversations. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may quote something or they may talk about a book or something like that. And if you don't have that experience, it will have people looking at you like, where did you come from? Are you a little slow? So I want to equip my children. More importantly, I want my sons to be out here being full grown men. So I'm not, as long as the Most High keeps me in my right mind, I'm not going to do anything to sever that relationship. If anything, I encourage that relationship. Okay, my sons will come and give me a hug in the morning, and my husband be laying right there, but he gives them bear hugs, so they don't like to hug him. But they'll come and hug me, and I'll tell them, no, hug your daddy too. Give your dad a hug too. Go with your dad. No, don't be in here with me. Go over there with your daddy. Because I'm not raising no girl boys over here. I'm raising full-blown, respectable Israelite men. And in order for them to know how to be that, they have to see that. So yes, I'm going to send them over there with your daddy. Now, the other part of that video, I'm not clear on who it was, but there was obviously another male instigating the situation, okay? Because he was out there like, I don't want to fight you. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not clear if that was her brother, friend, cousin, whatever the case may be. But that's another thing. Like, that's totally unnecessary. That is totally unnecessary. But I'm going to venture to guess that this is the same kind of behavior that was going on in a relationship. Listen, y'all, pay attention to how somebody treats you when they're angry. Okay? We get angry. We get angry, we get upset, things happen. You might hurt my feelings, I might hurt your feelings. You might say something crazy to me, I might say something crazy to you. But how are you treating me in that moment? Because it's one thing to be angry. It's another thing to lash out. Okay? You could be angry about something I did. Okay. Case in point. My husband was going through the bank account today. My husband was going through the bank account today, and I'm not saying this to encourage any disobedience or anything like that. This is money that I had the right to use, but I was getting a little carried away with the Uber Eats last week. You know what I'm saying? So, my husband said something about it, and I was like, okay, yes, sir. He said what he had to say. It wasn't no hollering and yelling. It wasn't no berating. He wasn't calling me name. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't no don't touch my money and I'm taking the car. It wasn't none of that. Hey boo, listen, we're trying to save money. Can you cut down on the Ubers? Absolutely, yes sir. Absolutely, no problem. Now let me say this though. You can't want a man to treat you gently and you are not being gentle. Okay, like if I would have came at him on some rah, who you think you talking to, nigga, and da 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 da, it's my money too, and da 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 da. Now we got a whole blown up problem. Okay, but I know my place, and I know I'm not supposed to say that. It's 2024. Women are liberated. Y'all can be liberated all y'all want to. Okay. I enjoy being a stay-at-home mom and homeschooling my children and helping build these businesses. So yes, I know my place. All right. And again, that is not derogatory towards my husband. My husband has provided me a life where I can know my place. Right? Because I'm not out here wondering where he at, chasing him around in the streets. We not doing that. My husband be home. Home. You hear me? Sometimes I be looking at him like, you ain't got no friends you want to hang out with or something? Like, you don't want to go nowhere? No, my husband be at the house. Oh, you don't be? Sometimes. I love you too. We're both homebodies, okay? We're both homebodies. I like being at home and he like being at home. I like being at home with him, okay? But yeah, so there's a little security there that he provides. I never have to worry about my bills being paid. I never do. I can check my accounts whenever I want. But not only that, I know my husband gonna make it happen. 10 years and he ain't never let me down. Not 1 month has he let me down. I ain't been kicked out. Ain't nobody come and tell me I had to pack my stuff in. None of that. None of that. Okay. And so, for you sisters that might be sitting there like, well, your husband treats you like that. So you can do those things. When you committed to that man, you committed to him in the condition that he was in. And it's your fault if you did not do the proper background checks before you married that man. Because like I tell a lot of women, did he just get like that or was he like that already and you married him anyway? That's what I mean by staying too long. All the time, unless it's a rap battle or y'all going on a date together. Right, exactly. See, y'all already know we be at home. We be in the house, okay? So it's up to you to check those conditions. And this is what I be saying, like, know what you want and go after that. The problem is you get to compromising. Like, y'all know how it is. You break up with somebody, and then you make yourself all these promises about, no, my next man gonna be this, and my next man gonna be that. Nah, I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that, and da-da-da-da-da. And then you turn around and you do the exact opposite of the things that you said you was gonna do. You go after the exact opposite of things that you said you were going to go after. And hear me, ma'am, sis, cousin, I am not a woman that does not have daddy issues. I'm not a woman that does not have daddy issues. But I had to grow up out of that and come away from that. I had to come away from, I had to stop looking for my father or stop looking for a father figure in the wrong man. That is the quickest way to set yourself up to be abused. Okay? You're not wrong for wanting that fatherly love, that protection that comes from a dad. I remember being little and seeing other little girls with their dad and wondering like, dang, why my daddy didn't love me enough to be in my life. Like, I can't even get summer visits. You won't even come visit for the summer. I can't come visit you. You don't never come to nothing. You ain't got to live in the same house with my mom, but dang, could you at least show up for something? Every event, I'm the only one there without a dad. And my mom's probably at work, so she's not there either. I know that feeling and I know wanting to fill that void, but I also know that when you wait on the Most High and he sends you the right man, that man will be all of that for you. I promise you. I tell my husband all the time, the way he loves me, the way he loves our children, it fills that void for me. Okay? So please understand, like, you don't have to settle. You do not have to settle feeling like, oh, I can only get this. I just have to, deal with this for the rest of my life. And what you can't do is try to make it fit. A lot of y'all will take the wrong two puzzle pieces and try to make it fit together, and it's all obtuse and wonky, and it's reflected in your life. You can't get no peace, can't get no sleep. You always worried about where he at and what he doing. You letting yourself fall by the wayside. You not eating, losing weight, looking stressed. Everybody can tell something's wrong with you. Ma'am, sis, cousin, leave. Leave. Separate yourself now before it's too late, because see, the problem, you'll be dating. Some of y'all be fornicating. And I know we know there are different definitions of fornicating. I'm just speaking in the common tongue sense of fornicating, okay? Having sex before you have agreed to marry this person, right? Because, listen, I always tell y'all, don't fall for that sex is marriage. If he want to marry you, make him marry you. If he wants to marry you, make him marry you. Me and my husband got up one Friday and went to the courthouse and got married. They was having a group wedding. It was the last Friday in June at Cobb County Courthouse. Was it the last Friday or second Friday? It was the 20th, so it was probably the second or third Friday. One of them Fridays in June in the year 2014. They was having a group wedding at the courthouse. All we had to do was pay for our marriage certificate. And we was married. What? Oh, he done got all dressed to come in here now.
I just want to speak on that.
My Lord, Big Daddy.
Just to let the folks know, just to clarify, we do believe sex is marriage. We just don't believe in you are in this government, you are in this country, you are in these, if you want to protect your family as any man should, you should take the proper channels to protect them with whatever kind of paperwork that is that needs to be applied. We do not think that you have to go before this government for the Most High to declare you as married. Just wanted to make sure I clarify that for everyone that's tuning in.
Right. Okay. So I'm sorry. I should have been a little more clear about that. But yes, listen, absolutely. But okay, thank you. But like my husband said, for your own protection, sis. Okay, for your own protection, because Yahweh forbid something happened to that man. If you ain't got no paper, you're not getting anything. His mama and them can swoop right up. And then what be happening to a lot of y'all is a lot of y'all don't realize that these men be married on paper to other women. Okay? No disrespect to my husband. My ex-husband was still married to me on paper when he went and married someone else. So there's a woman walking around who had they had 3 or 4 more kids, and she thought her marriage was legit, and it's not. And that be happening to a lot of y'all. Okay? That's why he won't marry you, because he's still married on paper. But if he has the gall, nerve, and audacity to go through with that, y'all need to check these men out. There's no reason not to. If Neve and Cammie can get on Catfish and track down a person's whole life, you can do the same thing. Pay for the background check, sis. Pay for it. What is $5, $10 online? Pay for it. It is worth saving yourself the time. If the spiritual warnings aren't enough, because I'm going to say for the majority of you, the Most High be letting you know, no, sis, walk away. Don't do it. You get all kind of signs. This ex-husband that I'm talking about, his mother sat in my face and told me that I should not marry him. And to this day, I regret not listening to that lady. To this day. Okay? Especially when, somebody's mother tells you not to marry them. I don't know what else you need after that. I don't know what else you need. Because my mother has never told anybody not to get with me, because please look at me. I mean, not just look at me, but overall, not just physically. I'm just saying I'm a great person. Why would my own mother sit there and tell somebody oh no, you don't want to get with my daughter? So listen, if the person's family is giving you the side eye, or if he take you around his people and they acting funny, If he take you around everybody, but never lets you spend any substantial time alone with like his mom or his sisters or the females in his family, red flag. Red flag. It's something that he does not want you to know. And he knows as soon as these women get you alone, they're going to tell you. 'Cause for the most part, a woman's going to tell it. I'm not snitching on my sons, but I'm also not allowing any foolery to go on either. Okay. You're not going to be knocking and banging at my door talking about what my son did to you. No, ma'am, sis cousin. You knew. You knew. And we get the signs and we get the signs and we get the signs. And the Bible talks about a wise man heedeth wisdom. He listens to wisdom. This older lady this is the only lady that knows this man better than you. And she's telling you to leave her son alone. Baby, leave her son alone. Even if you pregnant by him, got kids with him, leave her son alone. She's telling you for a reason. But we just so determined that, no, we're going to make it work. Living in open rebellion, living in open sin. And then when you fall and smack your face, you can't handle it. So now you want to lash out and take a life that you had no business taking. You've brought a family to mourning that you had no reason to do that for. Not at all. I've had guns pointed to my head multiple times by the same person because I was too stupid to leave. And this is what I'm telling y'all. It is only by the grace of the Most High that I'm here in my right mind and able to share my testimony with you and able to talk to you and warn you and tell you. Don't take others' grace for granted. I tell my daughters this all the time. And all praises to the Most High. They've been making good decisions. They have good people around them. Like, all praises to the Most High. I tell them all the time, just because I survived it doesn't mean that you will. And even if you survive, you don't know what condition you're going to be in. There are people right now today who cannot have healthy relationships because they messed up in the head. They're messed up in the head. They won't confront it. They won't deal with it, and they won't heal from it. And let me say this, all right? My husband had a mess to deal with, okay? A mess. When it came to me respecting him as a man, understanding my place in a relationship, being comfortable, trusting him enough to lead and all that stuff when we first got married, it was a lot because of the stuff that I had put myself through in my life. Only by the grace of the Most High was my husband able to see the potential in me, love me enough. I can't explain to you exactly why he stayed and dealt with me. Because it was a couple times when I was like, I'd have left myself. I can honestly look back and say, no, if I was me dealing with me like that, I would have left me. And I can be honest about that. If you're not ready to have those talks, then you're not healed. You're not healed and you have no business getting in another relationship. I always say that you don't know if you're healed from something until you start to deal with it. Right? Okay. But that other person is dealing with it too. And if y'all can't amicably deal with it together, then leave, sis. Walk out now. Don't linger around. It's not gonna get better. It's not. I know everybody, but we can. And if he loved me, he will. And sometimes, thinking you love someone just isn't enough. It's just not enough. We don't understand what love is anymore. How many of us have seen two parents in love? How many of us have seen two parents work through life together. How many of you have had your dad come in there and, me and your mom just going through something right now, but it'll be okay. How many of y'all have had your mom come in there? Well, me and your dad just had a little, argument, whatever. It's going to be fine. If you don't grow up with that, like myself, and you don't see that like myself, it can be hard to accept it when it's happening to you. And at the first sign of trouble, you're ready to run because, this is over. For those of y'all that's out here in the street, you staying too long. Time is wrapping up and the Most High is not playing games. More importantly, the enemy is not playing games. Not playing games. They got all kind of diseases going on out here. Now they talking about mpox. Okay, it's about to get cold outside, so ramp up the vid and the flu and pneumonia and RSV and everything else that comes in with the cold weather. And these diseases are taking people out left and right. Taking people out left and right. One minute they're here, the next minute they're on a ventilator, the next minute they're gone. Do you know that you could have STDs? And this show should have been around 20 years ago. All praises to the Most High. There are STDs that are passed by contact now. By contact now. Like if you touch genital spaces with a person, you got something that hopefully you can get rid of. I was watching something about that the AIDS rate in Houston is astronomical. That's always been the case in Atlanta. The STD rate has always been off the chain in Atlanta. And Houston is getting it bad now. And what y'all don't realize is these people travel from place to place. So he might be in Atlanta for this weekend. Then he going to Miami the next weekend. Then he going to New York the next weekend. And everywhere this little STD on wheels goes, he's carrying these STDs with him and spreading them around. I saw a TikTok, was it TikTok or Facebook? I think it was on Facebook where this man said, I turn off the light so you don't see nothing. He said, yeah, I got STDs, multiple. And I'm going to still sleep with you. I'm going to turn off the lights. You ain't going to see no discharge or nothing. The man said this. I know someone personally who caught HIV and then purposely went around spreading it in a small town here in Georgia. Went around spreading it and now is in jail. That's attempted murder. Knowingly, purposely spreading STDs. You think it doesn't happen? I remember when they used to report about that on the news. Like, that used to be a big deal. Like, this was a big crime. Like, hold this. But I guess now that they're trying to convince you that there are vaccines against HIV and that they have a cure now, or they can make it like untraceable or whatever. Oh, now it's not such a big deal. Excuse you? Excuse you? I don't care what y'all say. Ain't nobody trying to walk around with the package. That is crazy. So now it's like, oh, no big deal, La la la. They want you to treat it like the flu. Come get this shot. It's called PrEP, prophylactic something. I forgot what the PrEP stands for. But they call it PrEP. Hello, preparing for what? What am I prepping for here? Okay, so listen. It is an inside job. Your calls need to come from inside the house, okay? You need to be honest with yourself. And if you find yourself in a situation, whether you're listening to this live or on a recording, I urge you, I beg you, I implore you, I beseech you profoundly to please, please, please As my husband says, call a training timeout. Call a training timeout. Go to your corner. Get on your face and talk to your Heavenly Father. Cry out for help. I know it's not easy to leave. It's just like any other bad habit. If you've ever had any kind of bad habit, you know how bad it is. Some of y'all got a bad habit of eating the wrong food all the time. You know how hard that is. I can confess I have a problem with sugar. I like sugar, but sugar don't like me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's something I got to deal with. I got to be mindful of what I'm eating, how much sugar I'm having in a day. Like, oh no, let's watch that. Some of y'all have a bad habit of not exercising, and you know it because when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're not happy. And you know, if I would just start exercising, I could lose this little bit of weight if I would just get up and exercise every day, but you don't. You're slothful. You're lazy. Ask for help. Ask for help. You need help subduing this flesh. You do. It's a beast. And it's a beast that you can't separate yourself from. Because then if you do, you are no longer here with us. You understand what I'm saying? It is a necessary, I don't want to call it a necessary evil, but it kind of is. Your spirit is willing, but your flesh is weak. And it is so much easier to feed your flesh than to feed your spirit. And we're going to talk about that as we go into our main topic. All praise to the Most High. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. Thank you so much to everybody who gives. If you feel led to give, you like what I'm saying, or you just want to support what we got going on here, please head over to the Cash App, $, the House of Mono. $1 or $2 will do. If you're not on the YouTube, please head over to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. All right. I gotta bring Khaleesi down here and show her to y'all. We got a new puppy. If you're following me on TikTok, then you've seen Khaleesi. She's so cute. So yeah. Follow at Mono's Westside Bullies though. If you like the dogs and stuff. If you're interested in the bullies and the puppies, follow at Mono's Westside Bullies so you can keep up with them. Like I try to do this stuff on my social media, but I don't be doing it right. My husband be like, no, you can't do the dogs like that. So follow Mono's Westside Bullies. That's all the professional stuff. All right. There was a Wendy Williams update, and I heard a preview for it, but I didn't get to listen to it. I hope sis is okay. Like, I really hope she's getting better. I love me some Wendy. I do. All right. So our main topic, the price of likes. And let me say this, okay? I understand that some of us use social media as an outlet. But what you have to understand is it is still a representation of yourself. We don't live in the beginning stages of social media where no one took it seriously. Or do y'all remember when only kids in college could get on Facebook? I remember, bring back that time. I miss that time when you had to have a college email address to get on Facebook, because now it's just a poop show. Okay, it's just a poop show now. But yeah, so there was, in the beginning of social media, nobody took it seriously. You go on there, you play, ha ha ha, whatever. But now we live in a day and time where employers will actually use your social media to decide if they want to hire you or not. They will go to your social media to decide if they want to hire you or not. It's no longer just this little play space. I remember the days of MySpace, and you would rank your friends and have your music, and you could do whatever you wanted on your profile, and nobody was there policing you and all this other stuff. But this is before the like fest. And the conflict comes when you present a person online that you are not in real life, or that you don't want to be in real life. You never had any intention of putting yourself out there as some kind of eggs worker. But through your presentation on social media, that's who you are now. That's what you are now. And so we get into this slippery slope because you see a woman scantily clad online. It's not even so much scantily clad, right? Because y'all would be fully clothed, but you open the video with a shot of your behind. I'm so tired of scrolling TikTok and seeing the video start with a woman's butt. I'm tired of it. I'm not interested. I don't, whatever you're selling, I don't even want it no more. I don't want to hear anything. But because, my booty is big enough to jiggle on this camera and I'm going to get a lot of likes and a lot of comments, they'll continue to do it. They'll continue to do it. For the likes and the comments, trying to monetize on TikTok, I guess, or whatever. And see, the problem is your social media persona is who people think you are in real life. And why shouldn't they? It's not like you can blame it on the editing. You can't blame Bravo, BET, Zeus. You can't blame nobody. You can't say nobody came in and edited your stuff. No, ma'am, cousin, you edited it yourself. You put yourself out there. You posted it. You pressed send. You put the caption and put it out for the world to see. You cannot blame anyone but yourself. And then you wonder why nobody don't respect me. Why these men keep coming at me crazy? Because you keep presenting yourself crazy. You keep presenting yourself crazy. Everybody is not going to be a star, babe. Everybody's not going to be a celebrity. You can't be the next Stormy Daniels or Big Booty Judy or you're. Now, listen, if that's what you want to do, but you don't. Because in the next video, you're talking about why I can't find a husband, why I can't find somebody to date, why are these men like this, why all these men treat me like that. It's no different than you living a double life. It's no different than you living a double life. And pretty soon those two worlds are going to collide and you're going to have to decide which life you want to continue. Okay. And now once you choose to live that double life, all of the trappings, all of the trappings of those lives are coming with you. Right. So you might say it doesn't matter. The likes don't matter. The comments don't matter. The popular, oh, that doesn't matter. You know, I'm just trying to have fun. But you get addicted to the approval. It feels good to have people say they like you. It feels good to get compliments. What are you talking about? I fish my husband for compliments as much as I can. You like my hair? You like my nails? Look at my nails. You like my shirt? Look at my shirt. You like this? Look at it. Compliments feel good. We women live off compliments. I know. Not you, sis. Us other women live off compliments. I need compliments like I need water, and I have no problem admitting that. And that is why it will feel good for you to get the likes and the comments and the dudes in your DM. And at first, when you're still level-headed, you might go into this knowing like, okay, I'm just here to play with them, and these guys is just playing with me, and it's not even going to be all that. But baby, you get caught up. I don't know, why people feel like they are just invincible to falling, but you get caught up. And you begin to need it. You begin to need it. It gets to the point where if you're in a relationship with someone, their compliments no longer matter. What they think about you no longer matters because now you're worried about the people on social media. Now you're worried about what you consider the mass majority of people. Oh, I got, however many tens of thousands of followers of likes. Y'all don't even be having tens of thousands. It'd be hundreds, tens, hundreds, whatever. And you let it go to your head. It's flattery. It goes to your head. But it is one, I would much rather be complimented on my intellect, on my skills as an orator, my skills as a writer. I'd much rather be complimented for my mind than for my physical appearance. Okay. Listen, looks fade, they come and they go. Right. Not saying sis is ugly. I'm just saying I don't look like I did when I was 23. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And so, yeah, it feels good at first. But then when you realize that's not enough to sustain any kind of quality of life. Like if my husband was just in it for my looks, baby, he would have left me a long time ago. We would have probably never got married if he was just in it for the looks. Think about how you feel about a person. I had to explain this to my daughter the other day because I have a few kids who are just magnetic personalities. Like people love them. They light up a room. They're the life of the party. And then I have a few kids who are, how do I explain it? They're magnetic, but they don't care. You know how there are those people who everybody loves and they're like, man, whatever, nonchalant about it. I have a couple of those kids. And I had to explain to one of these kids, listen, people like the idea of you. They like the energy you give. You know, they like having you around. They like the idea of you, the superficial, the shallow, the you that you present to people who you don't know. You know, you're polite, you're funny, you know, we're keeping it light, ha ha ha, whatever, whatever. But once they get to know the real you, they may not like that so much. They may not want to deal with the weight of you. They don't want to deal with your feelings and emotions. They just want you to make them laugh. They don't really care what you think. They just want you to make them dance. And so, you know, when we find ourselves suddenly applauded by the world, we have to remember, baby, the world will kick you off that stage in a second. All you got to do is one wrong thing. And here's the kicker. You don't even have to do nothing wrong. Just let the next sensation come along. Just let the next sensation come along. And then you wonder why these rap girlies keep trying so hard. Right? It's rap girls out here with 2 and 3 BBLs under their belt. The next wig gotta be more extravagant than the last wig. I gotta come out here and I gotta outdo her. We have seen most of these rap girls' body parts as if we were their own mothers. The only thing they not showing us is their insides, and they might be doing that on OnlyFans. And it ain't even the rap girls. It's some of these regular girls out here doing it too. Always in competition. Always got to outdo the last one. Got to make this one better. Got to get more attention. We are saturated with imagery in our lives right now. And so the next person that wants to come out and grab our attention feels like my imagery has to be bolder. I have to take more chances. I have to. What more can you do besides get all the way naked? What more can you do? You give and you give and you give in hopes for likes and hopes for likes. And then what? Because see, what you don't realize is if y'all ever watch like Behind the Music or watch some of these documentaries of women who have been famous or who have been through the ringer and see how tired they are or that they tell you that they were during their experience. How they didn't want to be doing it. How they just wanted to. Freaking Beyonce just came out with a song crying again about, oh, how her life is just so horrible because she has to work all the time and she can never be at home with her family. And on the one hand, it's kind of like, well, girl, you signed up for that. But on the other hand, it's like, y'all need to listen and pay attention. You don't understand what it's like to be in a gilded cage. And I'm not saying that these women don't walk into the cages themselves, but they be so blinded by the okay, let me explain what I mean by gilded. There's something called the Gilded Age. It goes when you're talking about the 20s in America, they call that the Gilded Age. This is when you had your first millionaire. This is when money was just flowing around in America. People were walking around with diamonds in their hats. If you ever watch any documentaries from the 20s, they'll tell you, like, it's just the robber barons, that's who they call them now, but the robber barons are the people who were rich, were filthy rich, okay? And so you have this concept of a gilded cage where you find yourself in a very financially successful life. Like, sure, you've got money, you've got fame, you've got wealth, you've got power, whatever the case may be, but you are imprisoned because you're not happy in yourself. You're not pleased. Your soul is not, your spirit can never be at peace because you have become something that you did not understand you were turning into because you were blinded by the gold. You were blinded by the money. You were blinded by the likes. You were blinded by monetizing. You're blinded by the YouTube revenue. And so whatever I have to do to keep this going is what I'm going to do. But by the time that your run is over, what condition are you in if you're financially better? Because if anybody that has come across fast money will tell you, as quick as you make it, you can spend it that quickly. And the trouble with fast money is you always feel like, oh, I'm going to make it back. I'll drop this little 500. I'm going to make it back. I'll drop this little stack. I'm going to make it back. That ain't nothing. I'm going to make it back. I'll get that back. Let's ball out. Right? Oh, okay. My mouse wasn't working. I didn't know why. I'll make that back. Let's just ball out. And so that's what I'm saying. Even if you have anything left at the end of your run, what else have you gained that's sustainable? What else have you gained that you can look around and know that the Most High is pleased with your life? I'm not saying all likes are bad. If you know you out here on the up and up, you know what I'm saying, and you're really trying to use social media for ministry or to just better your sisters, then by all means, sis, keep going. But remember why you started. And also, this is what you have to understand. You have to understand that you're not going to be as popular as someone who's shaking their behind online, and you just have to accept that. Enmity, what am I trying to say? The love of the world is to have enmity with the Most High. Everybody loves you. Nobody has a problem with what you're saying. Everybody's okay with it. You need to check that. You need to check yourself and figure out, well, what am I doing here? Am I saying the right thing? Am I really provoking people to change? Is the Most High using me and my message to make a change in people's lives? Or am I causing trouble, stirring up delusion, causing the downfall of families and households? Because there are men that will just scroll social media all day, spend all their money on OnlyFans, and no, it's not your responsibility, but you are contributing to the delinquency of this person. You're feeding the beast, so to say. Is that worth it to you? Do you not think that there's a price to pay for purposely misleading people? You're the woman whose steps lead to the doors of hell. Is that worth it to you? Well, it's not my man. It's not my dad. It's not my husband, not my cousin, not my uncle, so I don't care. Life has a funny way of affecting the things that you never thought that it would affect. Life has a funny way of coming back to slap you and showing you yourself. There have been situations that I have witnessed, and I was like, dang, I did that? I made somebody feel like that? I was that person at one time? That's crazy. I can't believe that. The answer to fill that void in your heart is never going to come from people. People will never fill the void that the Most High created for himself in your life. Okay? You were not sent here to be somebody's toy or somebody's plaything. You were not created to be an object of lust and desire. You were not created for that. You were not created to have your body misused and abused, no matter how big the paycheck is. Please stop watching these porn stars come out of retirement feeling like, oh, she did it and she made it out okay. They are messed up in the head, babe. Messed up in the head. Have you ever scroll TikTok? If you don't, come across an interview with one of these baddies, because they're all on there. Come across an interview with one of these it girls. When you listen to them talk, really ask yourself, is that someone I want to be like? Like the level of conversation, first of all, it's just basement. Like, they don't know how to enunciate. They don't know how, they've forgotten anything else but how to show their body. Is this what you want to be like? And I'm going to tell you what really is crazy to me as a 43-year-old woman, to see women my age and older emulating this same behavior when we're supposed to be the role models. Nobody asked me to be a role model. I didn't sign up to be a role model. You don't have a choice. That's the whole point of you getting older, so you could be wiser. Remember, you're still trying to depend on the strength of your youth, which the Bible tells you you don't have anymore. That's why you got wisdom now. You're supposed to be leaning on that. You're supposed to be holding up wisdom for the world to hear. You're supposed to be screaming wisdom from the mountaintops. Instead, all you are purveying is death and destruction to the women under you. But you won't come out and say you hate them. You won't come out and say you're jealous of them, but you'll be there trying to compete with them, filling yourself up with silicone and Botox and anything else, starving yourself, having all these ridiculous surgeries. For what? Going broke, trying to be in the newest whatever. For what? I never wanted to be a 40-year-old fool. That was a constant prayer of mine. And I can't tell you at what point that became my prayer. I can tell you that in my life, I was surrounded more by things that I did not want to be, as opposed to things that I did want to be. And I think that probably had a lot to do with it. Like, okay, listen, I know I'm running amok right now, but this is not what I want my life to be. And I'm not saying that was right, but my goodness, some of y'all don't even have a goal in mind. Like, some of y'all are not even like, Lord, please help me. I don't want to be in this forever. Like, no, this is not what I want to be doing. I'm just desperate. I don't have a way out. I don't know what to do. Some of y'all aren't thinking like that. You're like, oh, well, I'm going to just ride this till the wheels fall off. And baby, by the time the wheels fall off, you beat up, addicted to what? Can't think straight, can't see straight. Don't nobody want you. How many women that you come across that are living on the street do you think at one time was the it girl? Just look at, like here in Atlanta, please. And there's homeless people everywhere. It's not hard to go and observe. But just next time you're out observing, people watching, just think about some of the women that you see. We fail to realize that at the snap of a finger, that can be us. That's why I get up here and tell y'all it's only by the grace of the Most High I'm not dead, in jail, crazy, still alive, able to talk, able to function. I don't take none of that for granted. I told y'all about the guy from Basketball Wives got in an argument with his ex or whatever, wouldn't let her leave. She had to jump from a 4th floor balcony to escape. Had to learn how to walk again and still doesn't have full function of her limbs. What's to stop that from being you? And this is what I want y'all to do. Sit back and replay that tape of your life. Think about it. You know, well, I escaped. Barely. Barely. And y'all won't be, listen, y'all won't be honest with yourself to save your life because it hurts, but it takes pain to grow. It takes pain to grow. It takes understanding that I was wrong. I messed up. Ugh. If you won't realize how close you were to danger, then you'll never make it a point to stay as far away from it as possible. That's why I have a hard time with women, like women who claim to have a similar testimony to me. Like, you naturally want to befriend them, right? Because you're like, oh, we've been through some of the same things, you know, so we both have come to this point where we're thankful for the Most High for bringing us out of this situation, but they may not really be. If they don't recognize how close to death and destruction they were, they not on the same path as you, sis, to get as far away from it as possible. Oh, this is a good one. That girl, Apple Watts. Yes, she was blowing up, right? She was on like Love and Hip Hop and stuff, and she was starting to do her thing. She got in a really bad car accident. And now she can't use her right arm. She had to reteach herself how to walk, but she's barely walking. Like, she has a limp. Her body's deformed now. Just like that. Just like that. In the blink of an eye. But you don't realize that that could have been you. For some reason, you feel like, oh, the Most High favors me. I'm above all that. No, ma'am, sis cousin. You keep playing with that grace. I'm not ever going to say your grace runs out, but I will say that you can get knocked down. I'll never forget, I was sitting at church and one of the deacons was talking to me. I mean, I was young. I was still a teenager. We was at I was at Vision for Souls. Yep. Sitting on the front pew, and one of the deacons was talking to me. I think it was Deacon Thomas, as a matter of fact. And he was like, the Most High is going to get his purpose out of you. Whether you handicapped, leg missing, arm missing, whatever condition you may be in, the Most High is going to get his purpose out of you. And it's like, some of y'all need to hear that message and understand that you are not infallible. You're not infallible. You're not you're not above. I don't want to call it punishment. You're not above getting checked. Let me say that. Okay, you know how they like to say, who gonna check me, boo? The Most High gonna check you, boo. The Most High is gonna check you. Because what you're not gonna do is run. Listen, Either you his child or you not. And this what be getting me, right, y'all? I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. Well, then why do you think that your father is not coming to see about you? Why you think your father's not coming to see about you? That's a good one. This might be the God of the world that favors you, sis. And that's super scary. That is super scary, okay? Why do you feel like you above your father coming to see about you? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm 43 years old, and if my mama see me out here wilding, she gonna check me. The man that she's married to right now, I consider him my dad. He's been in my life for over 20 years. Okay, he gonna check me too. I consider him my father. Hello? Some of y'all need to clock that. I consider him my father, just like you consider the Most High your father. So why do you think that he not gonna check you? The Most High love me, so then why do you think that he's not gonna check you? When clearly his word says he chastens those who he loves. Why do you think that you are exempt from the scriptures coming true in your life? Why do you think that the Bible is not going to unfold in your life? One thing I have to tell people how do you know the Bible is true? How do you know? Because it has unfolded in my life. When I did what it said I was supposed to do, I got the blessings that it said I was supposed to get. When I was out there doing what it told me not to do, I was getting the things that it said that I was going to get for doing what it told me not to do. Why do you feel like you're exempt from this exchange? I'm an Israelite. I'm chosen. I'm this, I'm that. Well, then why aren't you acting like it? You can't just be an Israelite at Sabbath and Passover and Tabernacles and F3 and B3. And when you around your brothers and sisters, because I'd be scared to call some of y'all brothers and sisters, because I don't want nothing to do with this mess that this person got going on right here. Yahweh, I'm trying to get myself together. I can't be caught up in this mess, okay? But when you get around us, now you want to be all holy, but when you out there in the street, you somebody else. It's a trend going around right now where they'll like walk up to people and be like, what's your street name? And they street name be something crazy. Like, miss, walk them down, run in your house, take your kids and they see her. And then they be like, what's your real name? Rationette. That's how some of y'all act. Y'all be out here in the street, shoot them up, bang, bang, pew, pew, I don't care. But then you want to come around other Israelites and judge because, as my husband has said before, you feel so free to judge because no one knows your sin. You don't bring the people you on the block with, you won't bring them around other Israelites because you don't want them telling all your business. You don't want them looking at you crazy like, who is this? I've never seen this chick in a skirt and a whole shirt. Every time I see this heifer, her stomach hanging out. What is you talking? Who is this? Sister who? Sister what? That's not how you was acting last night. Why do you think that the Most High is not going to check you, boo? He beats harshly those whom he loves. If you ain't never got one of them beatings, then you don't even understand. I lost Louis Vuitton purses. I had this bad fur vest. Oh my God, that thing was so bad. Lost it. I had a year model car. I forgot. This was early 2000s. Year model car, a Mazda Millennia. Okay, and at them time, you know, like this was some nice car. Okay, fully loaded, leather, like CD player, all that stuff. 20s or 22s on that thing. Lost it all. Lost it all. Some of it I gave away because I did not want the memories, I didn't want to be associated with that thing anymore. So anything that I got from that life, I don't want it anymore. I didn't purposely lose my car. I didn't purposely crack the rims on my car. My mama did that. But she didn't do it on purpose. But you know what I'm saying? I lost the things from my former life when it was time for me to come out of it. And a lot of the problem is y'all get addicted to stuff. You get addicted to stuff. You get addicted to the purses and the fancy dinners and the nice thing. You get addicted to it. That's a reason why a lot of y'all can't leave these street dudes alone, because you are addicted to the stuff. You're addicted to the lifestyle. You like being able to go wherever you want to go and do whatever you want to do. And that's all good. Yes, we all want that life. But at what price, babe? At what price? How much is the YouTube plaque worth to you? How much is the monetization worth to you? What profited a man to gain all them likes and lose his soul? What profited a woman to have all those followers but lose her soul? I don't know if you've ever... I spent time in the hood, okay? I served my time in the hood. I've seen women who have aged and have not taken care of themselves. And you can look at them and tell that they used to be beautiful, right? You can tell, like, oh, she probably used to be bad back in her day. But they're so angry and so bitter and so beat up and tore down right now that they are no semblance of their old selves. In fact, they are a deterrent to people. Like, whereas people used to be charmed and mesmerized by their beauty, now they're disgusted because they're filthy and they're broke down and they're nasty and, oh, I don't want nothing to do with her. You used to be that girl. You used to be that chick. Okay, could walk in a room and walk out with anyone you chose. You used to be that. But you got so caught up in this world and chasing the world's approval that you forgot that it was the Most High that gifted you. Beauty is a gift. I don't know if y'all understand this. Beauty is a gift. And I make it my life goal, make it my life prayer to give my gifts back to the giver. So whatever the Most High has graced me with, I'm going to use it to build his kingdom, not to lead people to death and destruction. And that's what a lot of y'all are doing. And it will show up on you. You are leading people to death and destruction, which means you're going first, ma'am, sis, cousin. That's what a leader does. A leader walks in first, right? And please stop using the excuse of, oh, these men should know better. Listen, let me tell you something. The world, oh gosh, what was me and my husband was watching something. And was it Vikings? We was watching something. And the man fell because of a woman. Like, he fell in love with her, or what was that? Perfect Couple. I think we was watching this. Okay. We was watching this show called Perfect Couple. It's like it's 6 episodes or whatever, but it's a whodunit. It's a murder mystery. And the husband was having an affair, and the girl ends up unalived mysteriously. I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole thing just in case you want to go back and watch it. But I was like, dang, he would throw away all that because his wife was an author. Like, they had a really beautiful family. And I'm like, dang, he would throw all that away just for a piece of coochie. And then I had to think about it. Humanity was led into sin because of coochie. So please, women, stop acting like y'all don't know the power of what you have. Just because the world has convinced you that you are not powerful, that you do not have any kind of influence over the men around you, I came to assure you that that is not true. There are men out here every day risking it all for some trim. Risking it all. Happy life at home. Wife, kids, everything is beautiful. There's a story on TikTok right now. This lady found out her husband was cheating on her with this girl on OnlyFans. And see, this how delusional we be having these men sometimes. Because this man got on OnlyFans with his wedding ring on. Repeatedly, like, this was going on for months, having sex with a woman who was not his wife on OnlyFans. Like anybody can't just pull it up. And the way he got caught, his friend told his wife. The friend told the wife. Shout out to the friend, okay? The friend told the wife. She goes online and she's able to pull it all up, right? He winds up getting the side chick pregnant. So she wants child support. She wants all this because he told her, I'm going back to my wife. So they was trying to work it out. Of course, she over here angry. So now she wants child support and blah, blah, blah. He went over there and made up with her. I guess he was trying to play two ends to the middle. So he went back over there with her and she, withdrew the child support petition and all this other stuff. But then the wife found out and she's like, oh, okay, this the game you want to play, baby. I'm taking it all. She lives in one of those states where adultery is a fault. Like in some states, if your spouse commits adultery, they're considered at fault and you're divorced and you can go after them for everything if you want to. And that's exactly what she's doing. Threw it all away. For what? And for what? And how do you feel good leading a life like this? How do you expect any man to take you seriously? No good man is going to take you seriously when they see that every other man has been involved, that's been involved with you. His life is in shambles now. No good man. No man that you claim that you want, no man that's going to come in and change your life is going to be dumb enough to follow you into the path of hell and destruction. He gonna try with all his might and strength to fight you. But you're just so evil. So, I don't want to call you demonic, but your behavior is. Your behavior is. You're inciting lust in people. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I know you want everyone to be responsible for themselves, but do you feel like that you're not responsible for your behavior? Like, it's one thing to not have a lot of friends. It's one thing to be lonely. It's one thing to feel alone. It's one thing to, but I can't imagine having thousands of followers, tens of thousands, whatever, and still feeling lonely. Still feeling that void in your life. I can't imagine the depression that must bring on to know that these people say they like me, but they don't even know me. I can't be my real self with anyone. And then for it to be your fault. Like it's your fault. You set your life up like that. You did that. Nobody did that to you. You did that. And let me tell y'all something, okay? As someone who's had to come out of a life, it's not easy. It is not easy. Even when you get to, okay, I'm gonna try to live a regular life now, so I'm gonna go get me a regular job. That's a transition. Waiting on a paycheck every week or two when you used to getting paid on a daily, that's a transition. Having to be a respectable member of society now is a transition. Listen. Yes, the Most High will set you free and he will set you on the path to righteousness. But ma'am, sis, cousin, you've got to put one foot in front of the other and walk down that path of righteousness. It's like we feel like just because we prayed to the Most High and we repented and said we were going to turn from our sins, now all of a sudden, boom, life should get easy for us. Doors should open for us. I feel like we watch too much TV. We see too many movies where, the person decided, oh, I'm going to turn my life around and then everything works out for them. And I'm here to tell you that real life is not like that. Okay, because just how you walked yourself down, now you got to walk yourself back up. And I'm not saying the Most High don't help. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. Yes, he does. But you still have to do the work. You've got to do the work. You got to be willing to say no to things. You got to be willing to separate yourself and leave those things, those people, the effects of those things behind. And that's the hardest part. That was the hardest part for me. It wasn't hard to leave the people behind because I don't want nothing else to do with this life. I don't want to see, I never need to see another one of these people again in my life. Please stay away from me. But you lose the effects of that life too. And that's where a lot of y'all stumble. It be the material things that come from that life that keep you bound. And y'all done got yourselves in these situations. How I'm going to pay my rent? How I'm going to pay my car note? How I'm going to keep up this? How I'm going to keep up that? I'm going to be too embarrassed, to be walking around looking broke. I can't have people looking at me crazy. So I can't let go. Stop lying and saying you're doing it to feed your kids because your kids don't eat that much. Stop lying to yourself. Worst thing you can do is lie to yourself because you ain't fooling us. We see through it. You ain't fooling us. You're lying to yourself. You're keeping yourself bound. You're keeping yourself trapped. At whatever place you are in, anything past like the introductory phase, what I mean, like, that phase where you're like, I don't know, let me try this out. Let me see if it's going to work. Because it's a walk to that. Your favorite stripper didn't just walk in the strip club and know how to dance. She had to put in the work. She had to learn. She had to go through some things. Just like when you're deciding to do right by the Most High, when you decide to do right by evil, you got to do right by evil. Like you got to learn the ways of evil. You got to learn the methods of evil and how to apply them to your life and make them work for you. Just like when you decide to get right with the Most High, you got to develop that prayer relationship, get in the habit of reading your word, make it a habit. Make it a habit. Righteous living has to become your habit now. That means you're making righteous choices. You're turning away from things that don't serve your purpose. Same thing with evil. Oh, same thing, babe. Same thing. You got to prove that you mean this. You got to study the verses of evil. You got to study the ways of evil. When I got the car, I remember saying, I'm not selling my soul for this car. I'll take it right back. And instead of that being a like, but see, you say stuff, right? You say wise things, but you don't do them. Because that should have been my sign right there. Like, you know what, girl, just take the car back. Go home. I didn't. I stayed. Even knowing what I'm doing. And here's the thing. You're going to know what you're doing. Oh, no, you're not going into this blindly. No, you're not going to be able to say that anybody fooled you. If you studied like what they call conspiracy theories, which are now conspiracy facts, or any of like the behavior of the leader or our government, they always say like, no, we'll let the people know what we're doing before we do it. Like they have to let you know what they're doing before they do it. So that's how you have all the predictive programming in TV and movies. That's why people are like, watch The Simpsons and be like, oh, they predicted this, they predicted that. That's why after 9/11, everybody was able to go back and look at movies and TV and see like, oh no, this happened here, this happened here. They were telling you before it happened. Okay. And so even personally in your own life, oh no, babe, you're going to know what you're walking into before you walk into it. Yeah, no, they're going to make sure. Because see, what you got to understand, when you want to get in that inner circle, just like with any other inner circle, you got to prove that you belong here. When you go for a job, you got to get them your resume, your experience, your transcripts from school. You got to put up your qualifications to prove that you belong here. Same thing when you trying to be in the streets. What's your qualifications? How do we know you belong here? You want to get down with this certain group of girls, you got to prove that you belong here. You want to get, what you willing to do? These gang initiations, you can't say you didn't know. No, you knew exactly what you were doing. It's the same thing for you, ma'am, sis, cousin, when you out here doing whatever you doing out here in these streets. Scamming, whatever, however, selling a little bit here, selling a little bit there. You know exactly what you were doing before you start doing it. And especially before you start getting good at it. What? Ignorance is no excuse. That's the same way they tell you, like, when you break the law, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You can't get before the Most High and say, I didn't know that this is what I was doing. Okay, even if you're going to say you didn't know what you was doing, you knew what you were supposed to be doing because it's right here in the word. You knew what you were supposed to be doing. So even if you're going to say you didn't know what this thing was, is it what you were supposed to be doing? You're supposed to not be having sex until you get married. So how do you justify the selling of it? You're supposed to be being modest. So how do you justify? You're not supposed to be. The whole point of us dressing modestly is so we don't drive our brothers to lust. So now how do you justify swinging on a pole or getting naked, having sex on OnlyFans and whatever other way you can find to degrade yourself for a few bucks? You know that's what the total opposite of what you are supposed to be doing. And this is the problem. Y'all don't be busy doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so you find yourself doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. You say you love the Most High, but think about it like this. If a man was telling you that he loved you and he was treating you the way you treat the Most High, you would be a fool to believe him. And I know some of y'all don't know better. Some of y'all don't know better. I don't know. Some of y'all don't know better. But the Most High knows all. The Most High knows our heart. And a lot of y'all use that as an excuse, right? But the heart is deceitful above all, okay? So while you sitting up there talking about the Lord knows my heart and, I'm going to quit next week. I'm going to quit next month. I'm going to do this. And when I get here, I'm going to get myself right. And how you know you're ever going to get there? And again, what condition are you going to arrive in? There was a girl, was this back in the 90s, early 2000s, stripping, worked her way all the way up this pole. And as she was coming down, I guess her legs didn't grip the pole tight enough. And she fell and her face crashed into the stage. She didn't think that was going to happen. She was just up there trying to make a couple bucks. I've seen girls get beat up when they thought they was just going to. I myself have been assaulted by somebody who I thought was a friend. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time, doing things that I had no business doing, that I should not have been doing. I told y'all, I'm not talking to y'all about something that I don't know. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you. No, I don't know personally, but it seems like, but I know personally, babe. Personally, been there, done that. Got the t-shirt and the hat, okay? Please stop thinking that you are going to escape scot-free. Regret is a beast. Regret is a beast. Having to look back at your life and see when you was just out there being all kinds of wicked and having to remember that, how you disappointed the Most High, how you was just out here being rebellious, the time that you lost in rebellion, what you could have been doing with your life. Some of y'all gonna go out here and be sleeping around and come back with something that you can't get rid of. Y'all gonna go out here and y'all gonna scam the wrong man. And you may not make it back. You're going to meet the man of your dreams and you're going to want to give him all the babies he wants. But because you've been abusing your body, your insides don't work like they're supposed to. And you keep wondering why you can't carry a baby. Stop playing with the Most High like this. Please, I'm begging you for your sake. I think some people purposely lose their mind. Like they don't want to remember anymore. They don't want to. That's all I can think of when I see alcoholics or when I see drug addicts, especially like people who shoot up. Like I'm familiar with marijuana. Okay, that's just, we grew up around that. All right, like people smoke weed. Okay, but when you get to the hard stuff, babe, and I'm not even saying that some people don't smoke weed to escape. I'm not saying that. Some people do that. That's their escape. Okay. But once you come to the decision like, oh, this weed ain't strong enough, I need something stronger. Whoa, 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 cuz, whoa. Cause you can't even pop a pill no more and know what it is. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it's like, okay, if they OD'd on heroin, it was just heroin. You just knew they just shot up too much heroin or they let air in their vein or whatever. But now, you don't know what you're looking at. It looked like a Molly. It looked like a perk or, you know, whatever y'all got out here these days. It looked like that. But you don't even know what's in there anymore. Busted. Atticus and Paxton, ladies and gentlemen. So please, ma'am, sis, cousin, I urge you, please repent. Turn from your sins. It's a process. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be an overnight thing. Yes. Boy, what is this on you? Barbecue sauce. I'm not saying, yes, some things are going to fall off. Some things you're going to pray about and it's going to be like, whoo, I don't deal with that no more. Other things you're going to have to walk through. Just like you walked in, you're going to have to walk out. Okay, so please repent, turn from your sins, get in your Bible, get your prayer life on track. Please, 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 ma'am, sis, cousin. Now I'm praying for y'all. Please know that. Oh, boo, you got the light on. It's the interrogation light. Right. Barbecue sauce all on his sleeves. Look, Auntie Angelina said, shalom, handsome, cute nephews. They missed you last week. They was out here asking for you last week. Monologue McGad, ladies and gentlemen. Atticus, that's enough. Oh, you can't have nothing. Oh, my bad. There you go, boo.
This
Anyway,
what
guys,
it looks like when you pull up the perfect couple.
Oh, Atticus, so sweet.
Guys, I need to hurry up and go.
Why? You playing Fortnite?
I left the game on.
Go ahead. Well, love you. Go ahead.
Bye.
Bye. All that boy want to do is play Fortnite these days. Do you need to go too? Was you playing with him?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
I turned the switch off.
You came down here to be with us? Oh, he's so sweet. He's so sweet.
Why sweet?
He is.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. Did y'all come in here to say anything? Or y'all just came in here?
We just here.
They just here. Okay.
We just here for FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? We just
Okay,
showing
go
our
ahead.
faces
Get
to
a
get
mic.
you more views. You know what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
That's the law, statutes, and commandments.
You got talking to the mic, my
Right, right here. Tell him again.
Respect the law, statutes, and commandments.
How do you respect the law, statutes, and commandments? How do you respect them?
Keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right,
Okay.
absolutely.
Do you keep them?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, sir.
What commandments you keep?
I keep all of the commandments.
That's right.
What you don't do?
I don't eat pork. I don't eat pig. I don't eat turtles. I don't eat dogs.
You don't steal.
I don't steal.
What about? Do you tell lies?
Okay, when I was younger.
Talking to the mic.
Wait, when I was about 5 or 4, I did.
Okay, but you repented.
Yes.
You don't tell lies no more.
No, I don't lie.
Do you obey? You honor your parents? Talking to the mic. Man.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
If you telling people to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we gotta make sure you keep them. If after 6 days of working, what do you do on the 7th day?
I still work.
No. Do you keep a Sabbath?
Yes.
And what do you do on the Sabbath?
We don't cook.
Right, we don't cook.
Do you buy stuff on the Sabbath?
No.
You sell stuff on the Sabbath?
No.
So what do you do on the Sabbath?
You chill and don't cook.
You chill and don't cook.
Chill and don't cook.
Let me see. What else? You say you keep these laws.
And you don't do school on Sabbath. That's the best part about Sabbath. You don't
say it in the mic.
Best part about Sabbath.
The best part about Sabbath is what?
Is that you don't have to do school.
You don't got to do school on Sabbath.
That's.
Can you read it?
No, I need to close it. I
gotta
watch the replay. That's right.
Say the word, boy.
That's right. He said that's the last year lie.
He said that was last year's lies. She's saying that when you
don't
was
lie
talking,
no
you
more.
said I don't lie no more. That was last year's lies.
He's so silly. You want to tell everybody about the businesses?
You ain't committing adultery in it. No fornication.
What does that mean?
I don't even know what that means.
You ain't doing no fornication or nothing yet. Is you?
What does that mean?
He don't know what that means.
All right, just making sure.
What does that mean?
Nothing you need to worry about right now.
Just making sure, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why he's
Auntie Angelina, text what that means.
Paxton, what about you? You keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments?
Auntie Angelina, text what that means.
You committing some fornication?
What?
Adultery?
Auntie Angelina, you bet. Never mind.
Sorry. Stay respectful, son.
Respectful
Yes.
to my parents.
To all adults. You respect
And
all
never
adults.
get to married to white people.
Atticus, okay.
What?
Kwam Yasarala. Kwam Yasarala around here, bro.
To other people.
Just you?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
These is facts, though.
Oh my gosh. So
These is facts, though.
No, what I meant to say.
No, you good. These is facts, though.
No, don't get married to people that don't respect the law, statutes, and commandments.
Amen. That's
a great way to put
too,
it.
but we do teach here at the house of Mano. She can't use your comb. Don't bring her home. So,
That's right.
we pro black around here. We don't.
But that does not mean hate for anyone else.
No. Live peaceably with all men as long as you can.
Even your enemy.
Yeah, hey man, we just out here walking and walking this walk. We don't got no hate for nobody, man. Hey, we don't know who nobody is. We just gonna walk this walk. Not our enemies. We just gonna pray for everybody, man. Now if somebody run up, if we got to defend this household, what we gonna do though?
We're gonna fight them to the death.
We're gonna fight them to the death.
Ain't gonna be much fighting. Gonna be a lot of pew-pewing.
We going to grab them things though.
Like pew pew.
Yeah.
Y'all told my boy not to lie. Darn it, he didn't.
I'll get my shotgun.
Yeah, no, we ain't raising no liars around here now. My kids might hurt your feelings, but they ain't gonna tell you no lie. You might leave with your feelings hurt though.
Y'all told my boy not to buy and
Darn it.
he
Didn't.
did it.
All right, y'all. It's 10 o'clock. Okay. So real quick, since Atticus don't want to run down the businesses, we got to get captions for the businesses. Top tier parties. If you are in the metro Atlanta area and you need a bouncy house, please hit us up at Top Tier Parties on Instagram and Facebook. Mono's Westside Bully. Okay, hurry up. It's 10 o'clock. We got to go.
Wait.
On the mic. Don't be embarrassed, man. Talk like men. We men, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that girl stuff. Talk.
Good night, guys, including Auntie Angelina.
Mono's Westside Bullies for the bullies. The print doctors for all of your apparel printing needs. Please hit us up at any of those pages. They are all on Facebook and Instagram. If there's anything that we can help you with, what else? That's it. Anything, babe?
Hey, man, I just want to tell everybody, man, we love y'all, man.
Bible study Saturday?
Yes. Bible study Saturday. Can't confirm the time yet, but we will definitely be going live. We want to, most high willing, of course. We want to encourage everyone to keep these law, statutes, commandments, man. Keep the faith in Christ, man. Walk in the fruits of the Spirit, man, and get better every day. Every day get better. None to back. Hey.
Yes, you are only in competition with yourself from yesterday. All right. So again, please, as always, repent and turn from your sins. Turn back to the ways of the Most High. Cry out to the Father. And I promise he will show up for you. He is not a man that he should lie. All right, y'all. I enjoyed kicking it with y'all this evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Angelina, Hondo, Chanel. Thank y'all so much. I will see you guys back here.
Are you shooting your shot, bro? She's too old for you, bro. Chill out, bro. Relax, man.
I know that.
I will see you guys back here next week. Same black time, same black station. In the meantime, follow me in these social media. Oh my gosh.
Don't be trying to raise up the folks.
You know, your son told me that his riz was better than yours.
Oh, yeah, that's a lie.
He said that. He's like, I got more riz than my dad.
That's a lie.
You said that.
Yeah, sound good. You see where your mama at, right? How'd she get here? How'd she get here? How'd she get here? Sheesh.
From her mom and dad, From her mom and dad, obviously.
Listen, you can't have no better riz than me, my boy.
Yes, I can.
You can't have no better riz than me, my boy. No, you can't.
No, tell me your wrist.
No, listen.
All right, y'all, we gotta go. We running past our time. We love y'all so much. Shalom and shalom and good night.
Good night.
Mono.
Living super clean. That it came up.
One time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause he know he got a good thing.
Tune in to Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass with your host, Miss Mono.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono.
Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. live on YouTube at Miss Mono's World and Monologue My God. Now also available on the site